Hey everybody, happy Sunday crafternoon. It is May the 4th. May the 4th be with you. My name is Dawn Borchett. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator who loves everything inks, paper, stamps, and all the pretty stuff. I'm glad that you guys are here today. I'm on just a couple of minutes early. Wanted to make sure that after taking a week off, that I have all my ducks in a row. It's kind of weird taking just 1 week off because I'm a very, very routine kind of person. So this really throws me off a bit when I'm out of sync for a week. But I did miss you guys. We have some fun stuff to share today, and I'm super excited about that. So as you go ahead and join us, make sure that you say hello. Let me know where you're viewing from. And that's a lot of fun. Now you're going to notice something a little bit different in my link up above today. I did not post a link for constant contact for my newsletter. So I'm relying on my QR code, and I'll explain that in just a minute. But to use these little QR codes, what you'll want to do is go ahead and open up the camera on your smartphone, point it towards the QR code. It will take you, it'll show a link right on your phone, which will then take you right to a link as you tap on it to sign up for my newsletter. And please do so if you haven't done so already. I keep you up to date every single week with happenings and specials and all the things with the Chalet and Stampin' Up! Just to explain a couple things to you. So yesterday I'm on Facebook, and I don't browse Facebook often. I'm more of get my work done on my group and my page for my stamping goodies and call it good. And yesterday, along with a lot of other demonstrators, we were all getting these comments back from Stampin' Up! About violations and getting posts removed. Now, from my understanding, Facebook Lives will only be on for a month. Okay, I get that. They're running out of room, right? They need to purge somewhere along the line. So, and honestly, if one of my Facebook Lives has been around for a month, either if you haven't seen it already, you're not going to either want to see it, or you can go over to YouTube because I keep everything on YouTube and also on my blog. So you can go through my blog. That is basically my central hub for all the things. But anyway, with that being said, if you guys are looking for something previously, or if you're seeing a lot of things being purged all of a sudden, it's because Facebook's doing it. It's not my doing. I don't know. I don't get it. Facebook really confuses me. It's owned by some individual though, right? And we can't control what that individual wants or doesn't want on their platform. I can control what's on my blog, unlike controlling Facebook. So with that being said, if you ever want to see anything that I've covered in the past week, go ahead and go to my blog. Hey, Kristen, happy Sunday crafternoon. Or go over to YouTube because I put everything over there as well. But in the meantime, Facebook's doing their thing. Who knows what? I don't know. But just want to let you guys know that. You're going to be noticing there's a lot of craziness going on Facebook with removing stuff for whatever the reason. Anyway, so go ahead and use that QR code if you'd like to go ahead and join my newsletter. Apparently, the links for constant contact, like I was having in the posts up above my lives, those type of links are just getting zapped. So I don't want us to be zapped. So I'm trying to weave around all that stuff. So we'll see how this works. We're going to try to out-trick Facebook. But you know me, I am not very technical, so who knows. Anyway, so on that note, as I was saying, I do have a community on Facebook. I'm not sure if they're doing that with groups or just pages or what the deal is. Also, by the way, events. So hey, Evelyn, happy Sunday crafternoon. It's good to see you. I'm not sure what they're doing with the events, but a lot of those of mine were removed, although those were older because I don't rely on Facebook a whole much for that stuff. I don't know. I just have a thing with Facebook in general. But anyway, I do have a community on Facebook, so go ahead and join us over there as well. And then, of course, on YouTube, if you haven't already liked and subscribed to my YouTube channel, please do so. The more the merrier. This year, I really want to reach a goal here. Hey, Lisa, my sister. Happy Sunday crafternoon. Please make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'm trying really, really, really hard to get up to 1K subscribers. We're getting there. It's slow. It was on a momentum for a little while, but please share with your friends. I would love to have as many people as I can to share my obsession with paper crafting. Hey, Nancy. Hi. Happy Sunday crafternoon. Also, as I was speaking of my blog, which is dawnscreativechalet.com. So if there's something that's missing on Facebook, please always go to my blog. I will have pictures of the projects each week along with the replay of today housed over there. Also, I will have a recipe card, so to speak, or a link to download a recipe card. That's what I call it anyway, or a supply list. And it will look like this. So I have the picture of the projects that we're doing and the products that we use on those projects. Oh my goodness sakes. There we are. Can you guys tell I'm a little rusty today? I don't know. I feel like out of sorts. Anyway, so that will be available to you. There's a link over my blog. I'm afraid to post it on Facebook. Like, I think what it is they're afraid of people spamming. Businesses spamming people by clicking on a link and getting spammed. So I am not sure. I'm afraid to try it now. As it is, my email, I had an issue with that as well. And spam bots that zapped on a link. It's crazy. They're going nutsy right now because everybody's got a link for something, right? Anyway, just go ahead and go to my blog. Or if you have questions, please feel free to message me directly and I can privately message links that you need. So, which is probably safer right now than whatever Facebook's up to. Also, of course, my online store. So you guys, I have to laugh because I always say that I am the queen of typos. And, I just finally noticed that I had spelled my own business name incorrectly in the link. I mean, I know you can't click it right there, but still, I was like, oh my gosh, that's been that way for about a month. For Pete's sakes, Dawn. Anyway, I did change it, so there you go. I appreciate you guys supporting me. And by the way, I wanted to thank you so much between the free shipping a couple of days that we had a week ago, I think it was. And then this past week, we had 2 times the rewards, which is basically like getting 20% off. That was awesome. So I hope, I know I've seen a few of you take advantage of that with me. So thank you so much. I always appreciate you guys. And with that being said, I wanted to show you something. Where did it go? I put it here on my table, which is a disaster right now. Here we go. So I wanted to talk to you about this. I have teamed up with 15 other demonstrators, and every month we're going to feature a bundle or a collection of product. Every single month is going to be different. There are 16 of us total, and it's a video tutorial just full of inspiration. So for May, and this comes out on Tuesday, by the way, this collection is called Impressions Abloom. And so this is the featured bundle. So all you need to do, if you order $75 or more before shipping and tax at my online store, I will automatically email you the link to download this whole shebang, this whole bundle. This video tutorial suite of stuff. So there's 16 ideas with all the measurements, full color photos, and a video to go with each project, which is pretty awesome. So this is like my new way to thank you as we've changed over to the new reward system. This is it right here. And this is about a $30 value is what we figure. So make sure to take advantage of it. I know, of course, some of you have with the free shipping. So I've sent you out the link. If for those of you I've sent the link out to, if you have any issues at all, please reach out to me because technology is not always my friend, but I try. Anyway, so I'm really super excited about this. And this group, we're a bunch of talented demos who have gotten together to do this. And it's been a lot of fun. I'm doing a lot of learning and I love it. Okay, so let's see what else I want to talk to you guys about. Oh yes, upcoming events. So May is a busy month. Usually the first part of May, especially for me, is very busy. So coming up, we have the annual catalog kickoff, annual catalog kickoff. My goodness sakes. It's a party, basically. It's a party palooza. We are welcoming in the brand new catalog, which is right here. I had to find it. It was buried. So soon the old catalog will go off to the wayside into history, and this becomes reality on Tuesday. I'm so excited. It's finally here. May the 6th, our annual catalog will go live. We will also have 2 new kits in our kits collection, and we have a boatload of new online exclusives for you as well. So I'm super excited for Tuesday. It's going to be a lot of fun. So I just wanted to mention that first and foremost. So to kick this new catalog off and the new online exclusives, we're going to have the catalog kickoff. And this is happening on Thursday, May the 8th. There's still time to RSVP, but please let me know by tomorrow. I will be cutting and prepping the rest. It's a party. We're going to have, of course, new products to oogle. I'm going to have over 100 card samples. There's going to be a snack provided, of course, because there's nothing better than stamping and eating, right? So it's going to be a sweet treat. I have a few gifts for those who attend. I have a new catalog for you. And what else? I know of course, we're stamping. I said that. We will also have new products set out so you can see some of them in person, and we're going to play with new products and create with them as well. Of course, right? That's what it's all about. If you bring somebody new to me with you, and of course you have to RSVP them in advance, I will have an additional gift for you as well. And that is going forward. So if you come in person, you bring somebody new to me with you, then you get an additional gift. You both do. Okay? Let's see here. So I have that available on Thursday, May the 8th at 10 a.m., 1 p.m., or 6:30. Then we also have Starbucks Sip and Stamp, which is this Friday, noon to 2. So that's going to be a lot of fun. It's a free craft. Just come on over, bring your friends. The more the merrier, or just come yourself and make some new friends. And that is this Friday, May the 9th, noon to 2 at the Ludington, Michigan Starbucks. And then on Saturday, we have my big, I guess I should call it more like a retirement sale, because some people get a little confused with BOGO sale. Basically what it is anything that retires from Stampin' Up, I pull it off my shelves and I sell it. Because if I didn't, I would be on Hoarders Anonymous. So with that being said, it also helps me too, to be honest with you, it helps me be able to collect some new products myself. So what you spend at the event, you will get a coupon towards your big long wish list out of things that you're going to want out of the new catalog. The more that you shop with me after the BOGO event or the retirement sale, the more you're supporting me and helping me out as well, which I totally appreciate. And it helps you too. let's see here. What else was I going to tell you about that? So it's this coming Saturday. It's hard to believe. It's not even a full week away. It's crazy. But after this week, I'll be able to relax a little bit. There's just a lot going on. I feel a little overwhelmed, but it's fun stuff at the same time. So anyway, the sale's going on this Saturday, May the 10th, 10 a.m. sharp, no early sales, until 1 p.m. So 10 to 1. Usually I figure if you're going to be there, you're going to be there right at 10 o'clock anyway. It's at the Amber Township Hall in Scottville. I believe the address is 171 South Amber Road. Bring your friends. Tell everybody. I've been advertising it on Mason County Press, also in my emails, and on Facebook. However, I'm not sure if Facebook is, if it removed it. I haven't even checked, quite honestly, because I don't want to be angry at Facebook. I really don't, but it does drive me crazy. Anyway, so come over to the BOGO retirement, big, huge sale. This is like my 14th year of doing it. People love it, and I can't wait to see you. I even have little shopping carts for you guys. Let's see here. What else? Oh, my May product class, which includes products that you get to take home with you that you do not use, is the Florals in Bloom, the Pretty Florals and the Sweet Blooms. It's like a double sweet. And I know that doesn't make a lot of sense to you now because a lot of you haven't even seen the new catalog yet, but you will. And it's beautiful. And I can't wait for that class. That'll be $42. And it will include the DSP, the embellishment, and ribbon. And you'll need to make sure that you RSVP for that no later than May the 8th. So that's coming up pretty quick because I do need to order those products. You never know when things are going to, go poof. Also, just to remind you, I think that you're noticing as you're shopping at my online store that things have changed just a tiny bit. Not a whole lot for you on the customer side, other than any order that's $20 or more, you now receive rewards. And some of you, of course, receive double rewards. So instead of 10%, you were getting basically 20% back into rewards to spend ongoing. Pretty cool. So normally it is the 10% back of any order $20 or more. So I just want to remind you of that. You'll need to opt into that to take advantage of it. It's really easy to set up an account, just like anywhere else you shop, like Amazon or Kohl's online or anything like that. Just an email and your password. But if you have any questions about that, make sure to just let me know and I can help you with it. And again, QR code to go shopping in my store. All the fun things. By the way, you guys, which is your favorite new in color? Is it Strawberry Slush, Timid Tiger, Darling Duckling, Cloud Cover, or Secret Sea? I kind of dig them all. I'm really happy that Strawberry Slush came back. But Cloud Cover is fun too. But we're having an issue with some ink on Cloud Cover, which I don't know. We may get into that a little bit more here, or maybe I'll just put that on my blog. But long story short is they've had a problem with the chemical stuff, the ink reacting with the ink pad. And with that being said, at this time, we're not going to have Cloud Cover ink. Evelyn says Timid Tiger is her favorite. Kristen's is Secret Sea. I really like Secret Sea too. Yeah, that is a pretty color. All of them, like I said, all of them are just beautiful. Let's see here. For May, yeah, because you can sign up for May's Paper Pumpkin yet. It's not the 10th yet. So if you liked the May kit is Mountain Majestics for Paper Pumpkin. It looks like it's a little bit more on the masculine side for making cards, which is kind of cool. With normally this time of the year we think of Mother's Day, Father's Day, graduations, things like that for the guys. So this right here is going to be a great kit. So if you haven't already, you can go ahead and go to my website and sign up for Paper Pumpkin, whether it's a prepaid or an ongoing subscription. You can do either, and it's all under one umbrella now, which is really nice. It's a lot more convenient. But anyway, sign up by the 10th to get Mountain Majestics. And just a reminder again about our online exclusives. So we have a lot. We had a lot that were introduced in March, but we have also just as much coming out in May. So when the catalog goes live, we have new online exclusives, which is pretty awesome. I'm looking forward to it. And of course, our scrapbooking goodies are all online as well. However, I have to backtrack on that because in the new catalog, we do have scrapbooking products. But of course, you can use that for anything. But in case you're into the scrapbook gig, we have that for you as well. And then just a reminder, the last chance list is going on. There's a lot of stuff on it. Some stuff has been marked down. So if you're looking for a good deal, you might want to check that out. Maybe at the same time that the catalog goes live. You never know. With the stuff that is coming out in May online, this is one of the things. So this is the oh my gosh, Dawn talketh already. This is, oh my gosh, now I lost it. Yeah, I did lose it. Seriously, I lost a piece of paper. How does one do that in a short amount of time? But anyway, the May bundle that I was talking to you guys about, that is a gift from me to you with a $75 minimum order, the Impressions Abloom. That collection is this. So this is just a teaser of some of the stuff that's coming out starting Tuesday, May 6th. Okay? And this is the products that we're using today. So you get to see some new stuff. I have a question for you guys too, with that being said. So I'm thinking I want to change this up a little bit. You know, Stampin' Up's changed a few things, and I've been doing Facebook Lives now for, it's been a little over this, but I number my Facebook Lives. So with that being said, this is number 184 since I've been numbering them. So that's been a few years plus, right? So with that being said, what would you guys like to see? I mean, would you like them to be shorter? Would you like me to do maybe a fun fold each week? Would you like me to do less projects? I don't know. You guys tell me what you want, because I'm thinking, I don't know. I just want to change it up. Sometimes it's fun to change it up, right? Keep you guys on your toes. Anyway, with that being said, with the products that we're using today, this is the Designer Series paper that we're using. It's very spring and summer-like, which I'm really getting the itch for after being in Tennessee for a week. It was so beautiful down there. Oh my gosh. It was like in the 80s, high 70s, low 80s. It was gorgeous. Playing out in the mud, in the mountains. Anyway, so I now have spring fever. Today in Northwest Michigan, it is beautiful outside. It's sunny and it's going to be in the 60s. I'm just like, bring it on. Because down there, the trees were full bloom. There were leaves all over. The flowers are out. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, I wish Michigan would just get there. But this helps, right? When we work with beautiful, new, cheerful, springy, summery, bright colors. So we're going to be using this today a little bit. And then also, this is the bundle, Impressions Abloom. There's some really fun dies in this. Now, I did all my die cutting in advance, as I normally do. But first of all, the dies themselves are a lot of fun. So you can cut out either the image by stamping it with the outline image of the flower, or you can cut out the flower in it with these two dies together, and then it will also make the impression of these little, I don't know what you want to call those, the vines in the flower. Now you guys are going to notice something maybe, oh, you won't. Let me show you. Let's say it's on the opposite side. So a lot of times I'm always fiddling around with matching these up. So what I did is I took a Sharpie and I put a little dot so that when I put this on my cut and emboss machine, I can line it up a lot easier. And I did that for all 3 flowers. So it might be something, just a helpful little tip that you may want to do. I hate sitting there and fiddling around with it and turning it and turning it and turning it, trying to match things up. So it's a time saver of a couple seconds, but nonetheless, it's a fun little tip for you. Also have the insides of the flower. So if you wanted to have the little indentations of the inside of the flower, you can do that. Also the leaf will cut with the little veins in it. Actually greenery, leaves. Here's some little tiny flowers. And then this little guy here. So there's a lot of fun stuff in this. Also, these little things, well, they're not so little, but these here will cut an outline. Actually, this one does. I'm sorry. This one, you can see the double, the outside and the inside piece. So it cuts out this really thin. It's not really an oval. It's not really a square. So we're now calling this a squoval. Yep, it is a squoval. Don't ask me how to spell it, but it's a squoval. And then this here too is another squoval that you can cut out as well. So fun stuff. And of course, I love the sentiments in it and the mix of the fonts, because you guys know me and my font obsession. Okay, the other thing that is in this collection that I'm going to use one of today are these. These are the Foiled Frames and Labels Ephemera Pack. They're $8. There's a couple sets in here, but I opened up just one. So it comes in a package that looks like that. But anyway, these are loosey-goosey, so you gotta be really careful with them. But if you just want an outline of different shapes, I think that there are 3 different pages of patterns here. There's 1, there's 2, and let's see here. Whoops. Like I said, they fall out very easily. And then there are these, the larger ones as well, which I really like this one here. It's a lot of fun. But what's really cool about it, let me just punch this one out. Show you guys. So you can either use it as one, okay? Then this punches out if you just want to, let's say, frame a stamped image in the gold, or you can use this piece. Kind of fun. So again, it is part of the collection of Impressions Abloom. And I don't think that there was a, oh my gosh, I lost that too. There wasn't a ribbon in this particular one, but I believe that, no, this is something else. We're going to use these today, but this is actually part of another collection, or yeah, I guess you'd want to call it that, which is called Cheers and Sips, which we'll work with eventually. It's going to be another online exclusive. So these are an online exclusive. They are the Strawberry Slush and Pretty and Pink Gems. Okay. And they go perfect with so many things. In fact, let me grab these right out of here. And those are even really pretty. They're very neutral. And I don't know if you guys can see, but they are very sparkly. They're very, very pretty. And obviously I like them. I've been using them a lot because I've almost gone through a whole package. Okay, with that being said, let's go ahead and get started. But like I said, you guys, I'm seriously wanting to know if you want to change things up a bit. Maybe, and I know Kristen's going to fall out of her chair, but I'm thinking some fun folds that I could share with you guys and teach you each week. And maybe just like one fun fold a week or something like that. Maybe we'll shorten these up. and just do that. I don't know. You guys let me know. What are your thoughts? What do you like? Do you want me to change anything? Do you not want me to change anything? Do you like what I'm doing now? Like, just let me know. I'm always have an ear for what you want. So, okay. Let's go ahead and get started. This helps if I show it right side up. Oh my goodness sakes. I know, right, Kristen? No way, she says. Because I'm always about, I don't want to do too much to a card. But if it's just like one card, I don't mind, like a fun fold. It's just doing like 10 of them at once. Oi, oi, oi. But anyway, here is card number 1. So I've cut out all of my stuff in advance. Oh, I know what I forgot to tell you guys about this. There is, and I don't know why I didn't have it with me, but there is also an embossing folder. Let me show you that as well. I think I have it handy. Let's see here. This right here is called Pressed Flowers Embossing Folder. Okay, there's the item number for it if you want to jot it down. Like I said, it'll be available on Tuesday. It's very pretty. It's subtle. And I used it on this card. You think I can do it, huh? I don't know. You have more confidence in me than I do. Yeah. Anyway, so I've cut out all my bits and pieces here. And for my card base, I am using Basic Beige. And I have the inside piece, which is Basic White, which is 4 by 5 1/4. My Basic Beige piece is cut at 8 1/2 by 5 1/2 and scored at 4 1/4 inches. So we're going to go ahead. I'm going to move this over there, get it out of the way just a little. By the way, Evelyn, she's like, uh-oh, what'd I do? Thank you for this. It helped with this tremendously. I don't know if you guys remember, but the week before when I was here, I was struggling with my glue. Well, look at it now. Woohoo! It was like Drano. Magic, because I did not have a pin because I am not a seamstress and whatever else. Okay, here is that embossing folder that I used on white. Isn't that pretty? Very subtle, but anyway, so I had a clogged up mess. This is, by the way, in case you're new with me, this is our green glue, which is not green, multi-purpose liquid glue. And I like to put it in those containers because it has a smaller nozzle on it. So I can stretch out the glue a little bit more. It doesn't come out all over, and I'm not a hot mess with glue all over my hands. So anyway, thanks to Evelyn to help me out there because I was struggling big time. So this is the larger squoval. Isn't that funny? I love it. Squoval. And then this is the outside piece that it cuts, and it leaves that little stitching around the edge. Really cool. So I think what I'm going to do first of all, I'm going to go ahead and put this on, and then we'll put this on because it'll be easier that way. And I'm going to use, if I can grab them, my dimensionals. Oops. You know what? Before I do that, I am going to stamp it first because otherwise it's going to be a wonky mess. Don't you like my terminology? Wonky mess. So with that, I'm going to use Strawberry Slush and stamp our sentiment. And you know, I hope I don't have to use this again because I forgot. Ooh. Oh, Lord. Okay, one moment, please. Yikes. That was a hot mess. I can tell that my blocks are not clean. And when they're not clean, that happens. Okay, anyway. My cleaner for my stamps is buried. Okay, Excuse me, that's better. All right, now we are ready to rock. Let's go ahead and put the squoval on the card. So what have you guys been up to this past week? Like I said, I've missed you. I've missed being here. There we go. Perfect. And then I'm going to put this on with just, you know, and I should have used a, what do you call it? Adhesive sheet. But hey, I like to live on the edge, right? So we're going to put the larger squoval around it. Oops, oops. Get back here, little guy. There we go. Just like so. Cute, cute, cute. And then we're going to go ahead and assemble our flowers. So you guys can see again, look at the detail in that when you use that dye for the greenery. And then, oh my gosh, I already have glue? Are you kidding me? On my fingers? Oh, Lordy. And then here is the flower by just using the dye. Here's the inside of the flower using that other dye. Here is a smaller flower using the dye. Is this thing like jumping around on you guys when it focuses? Because I keep saying, yeah, it is. That's weird. Sorry about that. And then also, there is this. I must really be confusing the camera or something. I don't know, that's strange. Anyway, onward. So I'm going to take these two little flowers. See, this is going to have the larger. By the way, the flowers are in Strawberry Slush. This is Pretty in Pink. And of course, Basic White. Let's see here. Make sure I'm in the camera view. I get so into my work and then I forget. Can they actually see what I'm doing? All right, there we go. And then I also use the Pretty in Pink and Strawberry Slush for the middles of these little flowers. Whoops. Yeah, that is the right side. I'm like, uh-oh. There we go. What the? Get on there, little guy. Yeah, I already have glue on my fingers. That's sweet. Okay. This is Garden Green. And we're just going to put a couple little dots of glue here. And we're going to put this, I'll say right about there. And then this as well, a few dots of glue. And putting that like so. Well, maybe I didn't. I'm always afraid to go gung-ho with the glue, but then sometimes I don't do enough either. But you really don't need a lot of glue. And then also, where did I put my dimensionals? They're running away from me. So I'm going to go ahead and using the dimensionals. Whoops. Oh my gosh. This is what happens when you've been on vacation for a week. Lordy. Okay, the struggle is real. And I'm going to put this one here. And attach this one over here. And then this one will go about, I don't know, right there. And then this is basic beige ribbon. Need to grab a few mini glue dots. And we're going to put that like so. And then I didn't on this one, but I think on this one, we want to bling it up just a little. I'm going to use the lighter color here. Let's see how this looks. You guys tell me if you like it with or without the bling. Because you guys know me and bling. I'm all about the bling. Okay. There we go. There's card number 1. We got through it. Woohoo! I don't know. This is a really cool set though. I have to say I really do love it. At first I wasn't sure when I seen it, but the more I've worked with it, the more I just love it. And you guys are going to love it even more as you earn that free tutorial with this, because we've thought of some really cool ideas with it for sure. Okay, let's do card number 2. Whoops. Grabbed one too many. So this we're using one of those, what was it called? These little guys right here. We're using one of these, the long skinny one of the Foiled Frames and Labels Ephemera Pack. Say that 10 times fast. Whoops, just a second. I just had a die go rogue, and I don't want him to end up in my trash can. This little one right here, I would never find it if that dropped into the trash. That would be scary. Okay. Go ahead here, and first of all, the card base is Fresh Freesia, one of my favorite colors. I've cut it down to 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. And then what I did is I cut off, I believe, 1 inch. Let me double check my notes. I have my cheat sheet on the back. And I believe that's, yep, I trimmed off 1 inch on this side. So I have my white piece for the liner. And this is cut at 3 by 4 1/4. And then I have a piece of the Designer Series paper. Here's the back. But I wanted to use the flowers. I thought it was so pretty. And this is cut at, let's see here, 7/8 by 5 3/8. Because I wanted it really super close to the edge on the top and the bottom. And I started to stamp that, Lord knows why. But it's a 2-step stamp on that. And then, let's see here, what else? Oh, we have this little guy here. This is 5/8 by 2 inches, or 2 by 5/8, whatever you like. And I've already stamped part of the sentiment on it. What was I thinking when I was putting these together? I'm so used to putting and assembling cards together. It's crazy. But anyway, and I stamped, this is Granny Apple Green, and then I stamped it in, I think it was Garden Green on that. That's what it looks like, Garden Green. By the way, the reason why I'm kind of guessing, this was done 2 weeks ago. So that's why I'm really relying on my cheat sheets today. Because I knew when I got home from vacation, I would be a hot mess and a lazy mess. So then this is a piece of basic white. I stamped the sentiment in Fresh Freesia. And this is cut at 3/4 of an inch by 3 inches, or 3 by 3/4 of an inch, whichever you prefer. And I think I covered them all. Okay, let's go ahead and assemble. So first of all, what I want to do is I'm going to put this inside along the edge. So I guess technically this is a fun fold, right? I cut a little bit off the front. Oh gosh, there we go. Just like so. That's pretty, isn't it? And then we're going to put the white liner inside the card. Like so. Pretty. Okay, let's go ahead and finish up our flower here. Let's see. So we have the the outside and then the detailed. So I always say how do I want to put it? The less detailed of the two, you always want to go lighter, and then the detailed, you'll want to go darker with your ink. And I forgot to grab a piece of scrap paper. So we're going to borrow my notes, and hopefully I don't lose these. Remind me, don't throw this out. There's some important stuff on them. But anyway, I wanted to show, in case you're new, stamping off is just using the lighter of the same color. This is Fresh Freesia ink. And, oh, first of all, I need to do this. I forgot about that. Okay. So we are going to stamp. I'm kind of all over the map, you guys. I'm sorry. Like, you're probably like, what is she doing? Like, seriously. And actually, you know what? I should have done this first. It's okay. It's all good because we do have scrap paper and we can protect this. And that's why, right? Okay. Goodness sakes. And then I also used this stamp. Like so. Get that off. Okay, there we are. Just like that. Just want to do a little bit for a background on that because I don't want it to look too naked, you know. And then, since I already did my leaves and my stem, and there is, let me show you that. There is the stamp for that. And then also for the leaves. Since for some reason I did it in advance. And this one actually on here, maybe I did. Yeah, it looks like maybe I did after all. I don't know. I'm talking to myself. Don't mind me. We're going to go ahead and light first. And then hopefully I can line this up. We'll see. Yeah. Well, kind of, sort of. Not too bad. Okay. And then I appreciate you and the thank you so very much. Something like that. So I've already stamped that. Like I said, this is Granny Apple Green, and as far as cardstock, and then the ink is Garden Green. Now we're going to go ahead and assemble our card. Get this out of the way. And put this on with dimensionals. Just like so. So I didn't see any input, you guys. What are you thinking? Would you like me to change things up a little bit? I know I keep asking. I'm like, somebody answer me. Maybe you're just going to go with the flow. Whatever I do you think is good. I don't know. Okay, and then what I'm going to do, since this is already on dimensionals, and I want this popped up as well, but I don't want it kitty wampus, we're just going to put a dimensional on either end of this. Right there. Right there. And I'm going to put this down here like so. And then for this guy, a little bit of glue. Center it-ish on the card. And then for the middle of this flower, I used one of these. Whoops. It's not wanting to stick to my Take Your Pick tool. There we go. All right. That is card number 2. What do you guys think of that one? All right. Let's see here. Card number 3. So I'm using, again, another one of those frames in the ephemera pack. Have all my stuff pre-cut for you. Get a close-up of it. And obviously, I don't line things up very well. I'm not too concerned about it because it is handmade, right? So with that being said, oops, let me get my cheater sheet off of here. All right, so first of all, the card base is basic white. It's cut at 8.5 by 5.5 and scored at 4 1/4. We don't need a liner in this card because it's already white. Oh, you did answer. I am so sorry. Goes to show. Because see, some of the things, when I do these, my cell phone is right up to my eyeballs. So I can see the comments if Facebook chooses to show them to me that way. Some of the comments are on my laptop, which is to my right. But I get going on this stuff and I forget to look to my right. But I appreciate that. Thanks. I mean, seriously though, that's cool because we'll have to do that. We'll have to do that for sure. I may not always do 4 projects if we do a fun fold, but hey, I'm game. All right, so the designer series paper, excuse me, I cut it 4 1/4 by 3 1/4. Isn't that pretty? That's the back side, but we're going to use this. I just think it's so springy. So we're going to go ahead and put this down with a little bit of liquid glue right in the middle-ish. Okay, there we go. And then for this guy, we're going to stamp on him. Also, I've already done, I did cheat, and I did the heat embossing with this sentiment here. So one less thing to worry about. And by the way, this piece is cut at 1/4 by 3. Then I have a piece of fresh freesia. It's like a little accent behind the thanks. And this is cut at 2 1/4 by 1/2. And then I have this, which I've cut 3 times in case I made a mistake. You only need one. And this is 1 1/2 by 3/4 inches. And we're going to stamp thanks on this. And we're going to do a little bit of stamping with our flowers. All right. First of all, I think what I'll do is get the thanks out of the way with strawberry slush. Whoops, where did you go, little guy? There we are. Well, now it's like pressure because now that I've asked you guys and I told you I was going to do fun folds, I got to do fun folds. I got this. And if I don't, I know who to call. And it won't be Ghostbusters. Okay, so this is going to go behind the thanks as a little accent. I'll just go ahead and we'll glue that now. Be one less piece that I can lose this way. There we are, ish. Okay. Like so. That is so weird the way the camera's jumping. Strange. All right, and then we have so very much. And now I need, see, the leaves, which is 2-step stamping. We have the middle of the flower. And we have the stem. And let's see. Of course, then we need the larger flower, which I'm going to take these off and hopefully not get ink all over me since I've buried. And I'm sure it's dry as a bone, too. My scrubby. Let's see here. I'm going to need fresh freesia ink. And, whoops, I have floating squovels. Okay, we're going to need these two. I'm going to put one like that. These are always tricky to line up, just like the dies for me. I don't know what the deal is, but I'm going to try to see if, yeah, it'll be close enough. Okay, and then I'm going to get my scrap piece of paper so I can stamp off. I'm going to set this off to the side here. And, oh, I also need my, let's see here. We're going to do garden green. That would help if we had a stem before the flower, right? I tell you guys, this is what happens. I go on vacation, excuse me, and I just get rusty. Okay, we're going to put this one up a little bit. Whoops, you guys got to be able to see this. And by the way, I've kind of lost my voice, but kind of not. I don't know if it's an allergy thing from being in moldy water. If you guys watch some of the videos of us going through some of the mud and all that stuff with our side-by-side, I wouldn't doubt that I have like an allergy thing kicking in. Okay, and I think what I'm going to do is use lemon lime twist. Let's see here for the leaves. Oh no, don't fall off my block. Okay. And we're going to put one there. Oops. Needs to actually be attached on. There we go. And we'll do one right there. Although it's going to be covered anyway. And one there. And there. That's not too bad, considering I haven't stamped in a while. And then I think I'll use garden green. And this is where the two-step stamping comes in. Uh-oh, I think Pearl sees a dog outside. Okay, whoops, I want to make sure you guys can see this. Woo, isn't that pretty? There we are. Oops. Well, not too bad. Not lined up the best, but again, it's handmade. No stressing. I'm good. There we are. All right, now we can go back to the flowers. And, oh, I used the little flower on this as well as the big flower. That's right. And I forgot to stamp off, of course. Okay, then. You know what I'm going to do? We are going to do something a little bit different on this one. We'll just use a darker color. That's what we'll do. So let me go ahead and grab, let's see here, where did it go? Here we are. So I need to see what card I have left with all these colors I'm using now. So this is Blackberry Bliss. And let's see here. Oh boy. I think, well, that's going to look good. Enough. Maybe? Yeah. Ooh, that's kind of cool. I kind of dig that. Get the rest of the ink off of that guy. And then I need the smaller, let's see here. Did I? Oh, I did bring it out. Okay. Maybe. My goodness sakes, I got more blocks going on here than I know what to do with. Okay, there we go. So we're going to, we'll just do that with these as well. Why not? Why not? And I know that didn't line up perfectly, because that's the way I roll. Okay, and then we have, oh my gosh. Oh, darn. Let's see here. Hope for the best. Oh, well. There we are. That's kind of different. Kind of bold compared to that one, right? I don't know. Which one do you guys like better? You know, I better get all the ink off that if I can. And I need another block for my next project. So I don't want to lose this. I'm terrified to lose that. In fact, little story, I did a couple weeks ago. I was freaking out. I'm like, you can't tell me I got to order another whole stamp set because I've lost this. I thought it went into my garbage. Oof, not good. Okay, now we're going to take a new in color, Darling Duckling. This kind of reminds me of like, I don't know, like a dirty yellow. It just, I don't know, it's a little different. There. And then one for the middle of the larger. Ooh, there we go. It's looking normal-ish. Okay. All right. Now we can go ahead and assemble the rest of the card. Let's see. Bring my base back in. We're going to attach this with dimensionals. Fun folds. Now I got to think. Fun fold. What should we do for fun folds? I'll have a little homework now. Okay, there we are. And then I'm going to stick this on flat with a little bit of multi-purpose glue. And I want this off just a little bit. There we go. And then I'm also going to stick this on with a little bit of multi-purpose liquid glue. Like so. And then bring in my pretty little gems. And let's see here. Let's do the lighter color. We'll put one there. And one there. And how about one there? There we go. Whew, got through that card. I don't know, which one do you guys like better? More subtle or bold? Both kind of cool. And even though they don't actually list Blackberry Bliss as a color in this designer series paper pack. Hey, Kevin. Hello. Happy Sunday crafternoon. I believe that there's Blackberry Bliss in that. I think they lied. They left it out. But I think it goes pretty well with it. All right. And I have one more card for you guys. And here we go. Now, if you haven't recognized these are actually on the flyer. Hey, Lane. Happy Sunday crafternoon. So, once again, I cut out the squoval, which is the bigger squoval. I've cut out the outline of the squoval right there. And this is Strawberry Slush. By the way, excuse me, the card base is Strawberry Slush, cut at 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. Then we have our liner, which is Basic White, which is 4 by 5 1/4. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to stick this in there so we can just get it right out of our way here. It's good to see you guys. There you are. And then I have a piece of that Impressions Abloom in that sweet collection, whatever you want to call it. This is the back side of it, so we use that on the last card. So this time we're going to use the subtle side, and this is cut at 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. It's going to cover the entire front of the card. So when I do this, I do like to use liquid glue, because liquid glue does give you a little bit of little bit of wiggle room, I should say, to move it around and make sure you have it where you want it. So what I like to do, once I put my glue on, I tap it down so that this is flush, and then go ahead and attach. That way it basically, hopefully, most of the time, it will stay on there straight. Hello, Anne-Marie. Happy Sunday afternoon. So here's that big squoval. We're going to go ahead and we're going to stamp on it. And we're going to use Night of Navy. Whoa, oh my gosh, I am so sorry. I'm throwing ink pads around. It's getting dangerous in here, you guys. So there's Night of Navy, Peach Pie, and Pretty in Pink. My goodness sakes. I'm getting so excited. This is the Strawberry Slush. This is the exterior squoval. And then also I have cut this with the Stylish Shapes. And this is just a piece of basic white for my sentiment. And it is cut at, and I forgot to write down the measurements on this. I slacked on this one. It is 3 1/2 inches long and 3/4 of an inch in width. I don't know why, you guys, I'm always backwards on my measurements. I guess you're supposed to say length by width. For some reason, my brain always wants to say width by length. Does it matter? I don't know. I guess it may. I don't know. Anyway, I'm just a rambling. Okay, first of all, we're going to go ahead and stamp the sentiment. And like I said, I think well, this is a dark color. It shouldn't matter, right? And hoping that my stamp doesn't fall off. Because again, I did not clean my blocks. I was bad. Okay, there we go. That turned out pretty good. I'm good with that. And then I need the smaller, let's see, we have this one. This is going to be tricky. I'm going to bring my Kleenex back over. That was supposed to be for my nose, but it is not now. Okay, we're just going to use this little round flower stamp. I'm going to go ahead and stamp Night of Navy here and Night of Navy there. All right, and then, and I probably should have done light to dark. That would have been a little bit smarter, right? But I like to live on the edge. So, you know. Let's see here. Oh, Pretty in Pink. Let's see. I'm talking to myself. I'm sorry. We're also going to use Fresh Freesia. But for now, Pretty in Pink. Okay. And Pretty in Pink here. Ooh, I did not get all the ink off that. Oh, my lordy. Shoosh. Okay. Good one, Dawn. You are so graceful. Lord, I can't help but laugh at myself. Oh, lordy. Okay. And then we're going to go, ooh, yeah. Okay. This is what happens when you don't prepare correctly in advance. Look at that. Oh, no. Oh, well. It is what it is. It's a tool. It's a tool. Okay, and then, oh gosh, this one here and that one there. Oh, lordy, that's really bad. Let's start over. Let's do that. You guys are going to have to tell me never to go on vacation ever again, right? Okay, we're going to start over. We're going to put this one here and this one here. Wipe it off. All right. My goodness sakes. And then we have Pretty in Pink. And we're going to put this one here. And this is going to be a little bit different than the other, but that's okay. And that there. All right. So much for my allergies, right? Unless I want to look colorful on my face, I could start a new trend. Instead of makeup, we could wear ink. New fad. And then, there we go. Well, it's a little better than what it was. The other side drove me crazy. It was just a little too crooked. Okay, onward and upward. Peach pie for the middle of the flowers. Where did my little middle go? Oh my goodness, there it is. I found it. Just like so. Alrighty. And then what I did with this is I cut it in half because I wanted it to give the illusion it was longer than what it is. So I'm going to go ahead and just take my snips and right in half. Perfection. And then what I'm going to do is glue these on the edge like so. So we're going to go ahead and add just a little bit of glue there. Whoops. Make sure this is the right side. And a couple little glue dots there. And put that like so. And this like so. There we are. Then I'm going to bring my card base back in. And I'm going to put this on first. And I'm not going to use dimensionals. I know, shocker, shock, but it's going to be a little bit easier to put this on around the other, the larger squivel. I like that squivel. All right. A little bit of glue, just like so. And it's wanting to stick to me. And then this we will put on with some dimensionals. We're on the home stretch now, guys. Alrighty. There we are. So I don't know if I finished my little sentence there, but earlier, but if you recognize this possibly on the flyer is where I got this idea from for this collection of product. And there we go. Whew, we got through all four. You know, you guys, it does feel really, really good to be back. As much as I like going on vacation, like I said, I'm also a creature of habit. So it's just fun to be able to stamp with you guys again. So I'm going to go ahead and show you all four cards. If I can get them in here. There we go. Squeeze them in. Alrighty. And like I said, we have the bundle of the month collection with the 16 of us demonstrators who have teamed up together. So if you like what you've seen here, you're going to also love to see what's in store in that video tutorial. It's available all of May, and it's available if you place a $75 minimum order before shipping and tax to get that. And it has the videos, the measurements, the color photos, all the good things. But I've really grown to love this suite. I hope that you guys have gotten a little bit of inspiration from it as well. It will be available on May 6th, which is this Tuesday. It's called Impressions Abloom, and it is just, it's gorgeous. There's a lot of possibilities with it for sure, as far as layering and playing with the papers, and the dies themselves are great. If you guys have any questions, make sure to reach out to me. I will, on YouTube and on my blog, put a link for the recipe card, if you want to call it that, or the supply list of everything that we use today, even the item numbers for the things that are not available until Tuesday. So that way you can put them on your wish list and get them first thing on the 6th, on Tuesday. All right, guys. Well, thanks so much for being here. I appreciate your patience with me as I worked out the rust and we're back on track with things. And I think next week then we'll have our very first fun fold in a series of, I guess, some fun folds mixed in with some normal folds. Is that what you call them? Normal folds? Anyway, thank you so much. I appreciate you guys. Thanks again to those of you who took advantage of the double reward points. I think that's amazing. So much fun. And I will hopefully hear from you on Tuesday, this Tuesday, when the catalog kicks off and goes live. All right, guys, have a great day. Bye-bye.